What are the challenges of updating beer taxonomy with new styles? Imagine trying to organize a library where new books keep arriving every day, and each book has a different story to tell. Updating beer taxonomy with new styles is just like that. It might sound simple, but it actually involves many hurdles. First, traditional beer style guidelines are often very strict. They set specific limits for bitterness, color, alcohol content, and flavor. This makes it hard to fit beers that mix styles or introduce new ingredients. For example, a beer with pineapple flavor brewed in the style of a traditional Kelch from Cologne might not fit neatly into existing categories. This rigidity can stop brewers from experimenting freely. Then, as more breweries create new styles, the list of categories grows rapidly. There are now over 90 main styles with more than 120 subcategories. This can overwhelm both brewers and consumers. It becomes confusing to remember which beer belongs where, especially when styles start to overlap. Some beers are so similar that splitting them into separate categories feels unnecessary. This fragmentation makes communication and judging more complicated. Balancing respect for old traditions with the desire to include new ideas is another challenge. Many styles have deep roots in specific countries, like German Pilsners or Belgian Lambics. Updating taxonomy means respecting these roots while recognizing that new beers borrow elements or combine styles. Sometimes, a new beer might use a traditional name but differ significantly in ingredients or brewing process. This can cause disagreements among purists and innovators. Consumer understanding is also a big factor. Many drinkers find style labels confusing or meaningless. They might not know the difference between an ale and a lager, or between a Czech Pilsner and a German Pilsner. Because of this, detailed style classifications might not help much in marketing or education. Brewers often prefer describing their beers by taste or experience rather than sticking to strict categories. Judging beers in competitions adds another layer of difficulty. Judges relying on style guidelines to compare beers fairly. But when new styles emerge or boundaries blur, it becomes harder to judge accurately. Some competitions are trying to be more flexible, focusing on flavor and quality instead of strict style rules. Finally, legal and tax classifications tend to be broad. They usually categorize beers as ales, lagers, porters, or stouts. These broad categories don't reflect the wide variety of craft beers now available. Updating these classifications is slow and less detailed, which complicates regulation and taxation. In the end, brewers and industry professionals need to find ways to communicate what makes a new beer special without relying solely on traditional style labels. They might focus more on flavor descriptions, brewing techniques, or unique ingredients. As the world of beer keeps changing, style guidelines will need to adapt, but they must do so carefully to keep up with the fast pace of innovation.